do here at the museum? What are your responsibilities?
All right, my title is the observatory coordinator, so I maintain the observatory, its telescopes.
Why would you recommend someone to go and learn?
You know, because it's so interesting. But I think everybody loves the sky. You know, all kids love, you know, what's the first song that kids learn? You know, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's just so captivating and so engaging. It's because everybody loves the fabulous visuals, the rings of Saturn. There's such beauty involved into it and captivating idea of these grand distances that no one can imagine.
What's the most memorable thing you've ever seen?
Okay, the most remarkable thing I've ever seen was during a 2-week period in, I believe it was 1996, 94, somewhere around there, a comet named Hale-Bopp shattered into a couple dozen fragments, and over a couple-week period, one after another, these icy chunks on the order of half a mile in diameter or so slammed into Jupiter and exploded with more energy than a million times all the atomic bombs on Earth put together. And I was able to see the spots appear on the face of Jupiter through that period.
And now there are several constellations that are supposed to look like a certain shape, but look nothing like what they're supposed to. Like, for example, like Pegasus, but we don't see a horse and wings when we look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why, like, how did it get its name? Like,
what we think is more often than not is that the ancients wanted to honor some of their mythological characters and said, okay, you know, we need to put a queen in the sky, Cassiopeia. Where are we going to put her? You know, let's put her here. And then they fabricate the stars. Now, Pegasus, there is what's called the Great Square Pegasus that is simply the body of the horse. The other parts are really quite stylized. So that one's a middling one. But you're right, most of the constellations don't look remotely like the objects they're supposed to represent. And keep in mind, every culture has a different way of looking at the stars. So only infrequently, by remarkable coincidence, do you get separate cultures seeing the same thing in the sky. For example, the Chinese would see the Big Dipper sometimes as a bear. The Greeks saw it as a bear, and some of the Native American groups saw it as a bear as well, just pure coincidence.